You gonna chop me up into tiny pieces?
I'd rather not. Please tell me your name.
Welcome to MojoPlays, where today we'll be going over 20 of the darkest moments in video game history. This one will have some spoilers, folks. You've been warned. Before we get started, we post new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring that bell to be notified about our latest videos. The Origami Killer wins. Heavy Rain. There are few endings in gaming that feel as gut-wrenching as this one. Heavy Rain plays with your emotions from start to finish, but if you mess up the wrong choices or just move too slowly, you're left watching the killer walk free. And worse, you've been playing as him for half the game without realizing it.
Could you call back later this afternoon? Thanks.
That gut punch twist hits hard, but the real darkness comes if he gets away. It means justice isn't served, a murderer goes unpunished, and everything you did was for nothing. There's no Hollywood redemption arc here, just cold, bleak reality. Talk about a bad day. Eddie Gluskin, Outlast.
Die.
Eddie Gluskin, also known as the Groom, is one of the most unsettling characters in Outlast Whistleblower. His outward charm masks a deeply disturbed individual obsessed with creating the perfect bride, leading him to mutilate his victims in horrific ways. Gluskin's twisted actions and eerie monologues create a chilling atmosphere that keeps players on edge.
A delicacy to be unwrapped and unwrapped again.
The combination of his charismatic demeanor and brutal violence makes encounters with him particularly harrowing. Navigating his domain is a nerve-wracking experience, as players must evade his grasp while uncovering the dark secrets of the asylum. Gluskin's presence is a haunting reminder of the horrors lurking within. Max's Nightmare, Max Payne. In Max Payne, the nightmare sequences offer a haunting glimpse into the protagonist's fractured psyche. These segments plunge players into surreal landscapes filled with blood trails, distorted voices, and unsettling imagery, reflecting Max's grief and guilt over his family's tragic death. The disorienting environment and eerie sound design create a sense of unease that lingers long after the game is over. While these nightmares definitely have shock value, they also serve to deepen the narrative, illustrating the emotional turmoil Max endures. It's a powerful portrayal of trauma that adds depth to the game's noir atmosphere. James's Truth, Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 delves into the complexities of guilt and grief through the character of James Sunderland. As players progress, they uncover the harrowing truth that James euthanized his terminally ill wife Mary, a revelation that recontextualizes his journey through the fog-shrouded town.
I killed her.
The game masterfully uses symbolism and psychological horror to explain James's inner turmoil, with the town manifesting his guilt in grotesque forms. Depending on player choices, the ending varies, but each path forces a confrontation with the consequences of James's actions. It's a poignant exploration of the human psyche and the weight of remorse.
You're so close now. Please, don't give up. Don't leave me out here, James. James.
Mannequin Ambush, Condemned Criminal Origins. The Mannequin sequence in Condemned Criminal Origins is a masterclass in psychological horror. As players navigate a dimly lit department store, mannequins seem to shift positions when unobserved, creating a pervasive sense of unease. The tension escalates when some mannequins reveal themselves as hostile foes, attacking unexpectedly. This blending of inanimate objects with sudden violence taps into primal fears, making players question their perceptions. The sequence's design, relying on subtle cues and ambient sound, exemplifies how psychological horror can be more impactful than overt gore, leaving a lasting impression on those who brave its challenges. The Hive, Alien Isolation.
Ricardo, they're all here. Everyone that's missing. Everyone.
In Alien Isolation, the Hive represents the pinnacle of tension and dread. As Amanda Ripley ventures into the xenomorph's lair, players are enveloped in an environment dripping with organic horror. The walls pulsate, the air is thick with menace, and every corner could conceal a lurking threat. The game's sound design amplifies the fear, with distant hisses and sudden screeches keeping players on edge. Navigating the Hive requires stealth and nerves of steel, as any misstep could lead to a swift and brutal end. It's a masterful blend of atmosphere and gameplay that embodies survival horror at its finest. The ending, Inside. The ending of Inside leaves players with more questions than answers, culminating in a surreal and haunting finale. After a harrowing journey, the boy protagonist merges with a grotesque mask of flesh and limbs, breaking free from confinement only to collapse lifelessly on a sunlit shore. This ambiguous conclusion invites various interpretations, with some viewing it as a commentary on control and autonomy. The game's minimalist storytelling and eerie atmosphere enhance the impact of this ending, leaving a lasting impression. It's a thought-provoking conclusion that challenges players to reflect on the nature of freedom and identity. The Aberdeens, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hey.
Well, you look like you need to take a load off.
The Aberdeen pig farm encounter in Red Dead Redemption 2 is a chilling detour from the main narrative. Arthur Morgan stumbles upon a seemingly hospitable couple who invite him in for food and drink. However, the situation quickly turns sinister as Arthur is drugged, robbed, and left in a mass grave. The Aberdeen's twisted hospitality, laced with hints of a not-so-appropriate brother-sister relationship and cannibalism, adds a layer of unease to the game's world. This side mission underscores the unpredictability of the frontier, reminding players that danger often lurks behind the most welcoming facades.
And we still know how to have a hog killing time.
Here, that's for you.
Yeah.
There.
The Void Ending, Visage. In Visage, the Void Ending offers a bleak and unsettling conclusion. After enduring a series of psychological horrors, players find themselves in an endless dark void symbolizing the protagonist's complete descent into madness. The absence of resolution or escape in this ending emphasizes themes of hopelessness and the inescapability of inner demons. The game's slow pacing and oppressive atmosphere culminate in this finale, leaving players with a lingering sense of unease. It's a stark reminder of the game's core message. Sometimes confronting one's fear leads not to salvation, but to deeper darkness. The end of Act 1, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 delivers a gut-wrenching twist at the end of its first act. After establishing Gustav as the protagonist, the game shocks players by brutally killing him off, leaving Maël to grapple with the aftermath.
Run.
This unexpected turn subverts narrative expectations, emphasizing themes of grief and the nature of loss. The scene's emotional weight is amplified by its timing, occurring just after a hard-fought victory, making the loss even more jarring. It's a bold storytelling choice that reinforces the game's exploration of mortality and the burdens carried by those left behind. We don't go to Ravenholm. Half-Life 2.
What? Who is this? Another life to save?
Ravenholm marks a chilling shift in Half-Life 2, plunging players into a desolate town overrun by headcrab zombies. Once a refuge, it's now a nightmarish landscape filled with traps and the haunting presence of Father Grigori. The level design forces players to rely on the gravity gun, turning everyday objects into weapons. The eerie atmosphere, combined with scarce ammunition and relentless enemies, creates a sense of dread that's hard to shake. It's a masterclass in environmental storytelling, showcasing the game's ability to blend action with horror seamlessly. By the book, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I don't know anything. I don't know. I already told nothing. Nothing. I don't know anything.
By the book thrusts players into a controversial mission where Trevor does terrible acts to a man to extract information. The scene is graphic, forcing players to choose between methods like waterboarding and electrocution. While some argue it's a satirical take on government interrogation tactics, others see it as gratuitous.
Bullseye!
The mission sparks debates about the portrayal of violence in games and the responsibilities of developers. Regardless of interpretation, it stands as one of the most unsettling moments in the series, challenging players to confront the darker aspects of their actions.
Okay.
He chain smokes. And he's left-handed.
What's that?
He chain smokes. And he's left-handed.
The Bloody Baron, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
She showed up some time ago. Exhausted, wounded, and stinking like a soaked hound after a hard hunt.
The Bloody Baron questline is one of the most emotionally devastating arcs in The Witcher 3. At first, Baron Strenger seems like a British drunk, until you realize he's a man shattered by guilt, addiction, and the irreversible damage he's done to his family. As you help him search for his missing wife and daughter, you uncover a tragic story of abuse and regret.
I blacked out. Don't know what happened next. When I came to, I was alone.
Depending on your choices, the Baron might even take his own life. It's not the kind of resolution you expect in a fantasy RPG, but that's what makes it so powerful. It feels horribly real.
You have my word, child.
Cannibalism Revelation. The Walking Dead Season 1.
Don't eat dinner.
You think you've finally found a safe place in the St. John Dairy Farm. Good food, friendly faces, and working fences. But this is The Walking Dead, so you know something's wrong. And then it hits. These guys are cannibals. The St. Johns have turned to cannibalism, preying on other survivors in the act of Southern hospitality. It's horrifying, not just because of what they've done, but because your group was beginning to trust them.
Clementine, no!
The betrayal cuts deep, and the fallout leaves a stain on the group's morale and, more importantly, on you, the player. This moment defines how bleak the apocalypse really is.
We got lots of use for y'all right here.
Robbing the Cradle. Thief, Deadly Shadows. You've got ghosts, you've got a haunted asylum, and you've got one of the most pants-wetting levels in gaming. Robbing the Cradle drops Garrett into an old orphanage turned insane asylum. Yeah, a 2-for-1 special. The building itself is alive with memories, and the game slowly blurs the line between reality and trauma. Lights flicker, whispers echo, and footsteps chase you through decaying halls. The entire time, you're dodging shadows and paranoia. It's psychological horror done right, and even hardcore stealth fans were left unnerved. This was terribly spooky and deeply uncomfortable in a way most games never dare to be. Sayori, Doki Doki Literature Club. At first, Doki Doki Literature Club looks like a cute, anime-style dating sim. You joke around, share poetry, and awkwardly flirt. Then Sayori opens up about her depression and the game hits you like a truck. Despite your best efforts to help her, she ends up taking her own life, and the tone shifts into surreal horror. Sayori's room, once cheerful, becomes disturbingly silent. Her death is a plot twist and a gut punch that redefines everything you thought the game was. It's also a brutal, unflinching look at mental illness in a medium that rarely takes such things seriously. Carlos's death, Saints Row 2.
When you're scraping up your buddy's face, just remember, Nero gave you a chance to be his partner.
In a series known for its ridiculous antics, Carlos's death hits like a freight train. After being kidnapped by a rival gang, Carlos is chained to a truck and dragged through the streets. You finally catch up, only to find him barely clinging to life. Then the boss sadly puts him out of his misery, grasping his hand for the final time before the scene fades to black. For a franchise filled with over-the-top action, this is a rare moment of raw heartbreak. It's violent, tragic, and makes you feel the weight of being in this kind of world. David, The Last of Us Part 1.
We just want to talk.
Any sudden moves and I put one right between your eyes. Ditto for buddy boy over there.
David is one of the most disturbing villains in The Last of Us. At first, he seems like a helpful survivor, offering Ellie aid during a desperate moment. But that illusion quickly falls apart. He's a manipulative, controlling cannibal and clearly sees Ellie as prey in more ways than one. Their final confrontation in the burning restaurant is one of the tensest scenes in the game, and Ellie's desperate fight for survival is emotionally exhausting.
That was good, kid. It's gonna be all right.
In the world of The Last of Us, you'd think the infected are the main threat, but sometimes it's people like David. And when it's over, even Joel's presence can't erase what she just went through.
It's me.
He tried to.
Oh, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay.
Joel.
White Phosphorus Attack, Spec Ops: The Line.
We were helping. What? Oh no.
You think you're a hero. That's what makes this moment hit so hard. In Spec Ops: The Line, you're told to use white phosphorus to eliminate enemy forces. But when the smoke clears, you realize you've just incinerated dozens of civilians. Burned bodies, including children, lie everywhere. Your squad is shaken, but the real impact is on you. The game never lets you forget what you did. It turns the typical military shooter on its head, making you question not just your actions, but the entire genre. This plot twist is truly a psychological punch to the soul.
We need to keep moving.
What?
Reinforcements will be here any second. We need to keep moving.
No Russian. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Remember, no Russian.
Few missions have sparked as much controversy as No Russian. In this level, you're an undercover CIA agent assisting in a terrorist attack at a Moscow airport. You walk alongside Makarov's crew, gunning down civilians or choosing not to. Either way, you're complicit. The pacing is slow, the gunfire deafening, and the bodies keep piling up. Some players skipped it, some powered through, but nobody forgot. No Russian is dark and deeply uncomfortable, challenging what players expect from a Call of Duty campaign. It's still infamous for a reason, and it still sparks debate today.
This is a message.
Which one of these dark moments made you need a pick-me-up afterwards? Let us know down in the comments.